Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here, coming at you with the fourth video in our Platinum Trophy Guide for Resident Evil 5 for both the PS3 and PS4. In the last video, we'd gone through Chapter 3, and I'd shown you guys how to get free RPGs and all that good stuff for any of the upcoming bosses that you will eventually fight and need them for to make the bosses easier. That way your first playthrough isn't so much of a struggle. Now, also in the last video, I showed you how to get 3 of the 4 eggs that you can get. I showed you how to get the white, the brown, and the golden, which is just for waiting at that middle island in Chapter 3-1. You cannot get rotten eggs from them. They will not ever drop them from those chickens, roosters. So I'm actually going to be showing you at the start of this area, for 1, how to get rotten eggs. So yeah. So as always, between each area, you will be selling and getting rid of any and all treasures to upgrade whatever it is you want to upgrade. Last thing I have to upgrade, of course, for my Magnum is just its capacity, which would then unlock me the secret Magnum. So, as always, we're just going to jump right into this. Alright, so at the start of the caves, you'll have this little area that you'll go through.
You heard it before?
That's the name of the director of Tricel's African division.
And in this area, you will have these spider enemies that will show up.
Tricell. If there is a connection,
and these are the enemies that can drop rotten eggs. It'll be around right here, where you'll get a cutscene for them.
True.
Like so. Now do note it is not guaranteed, it is just a random drop chance. And there are a couple of them that you can find. You can also come down here, as you'll see. With the power of my shotgun, I basically can one-shot them. So if you really want to do this, what you can do is you can actually just farm them, reset the checkpoints until you get the rotten egg. You can also find this gem right here.
You grab it.
Okay.
As well as, if you want to, there will be more later on, so don't worry about if you miss these now. You can go till then, go through the whole chapter. But while we're here, we are also going to get the first BSAA emblem right here. So I'm going to rinse and repeat until I finally get a rotten egg, as you will definitely need them to get the trophy, and then you will probably at least need one guaranteed for another trophy, which will be to defeat an enemy with a rotten egg. I'll go into more detail about that later on. So yeah, now we're going to move on to the next BSAA emblem. Alright, so in the next area here, you'll have this big opening that you can look onto. If you have a sniper rifle, it'll be just below the big tower here. This will be the second of the third. But now we can move on to the third BSAA emblem. Like I said, there should be plenty of those spider enemies in that first area for you to farm until you get a rotten egg. Or multiple, or you can always wait until you have infinite ammo weapons and stuff like that. Whatever you want to do, that'll work out. So then we can now move on to the last and final BSA emblem of 4-1. So yeah. Alright, so shortly after a small running section, you'll jump down here. You'll do this little puzzle that you'll have to do multiple times throughout this next area. And you'll be in this massive area. You bring out your sniper rifle again. Right here at the start, if you look to your left and then look up, you will find the third BSAA emblem and the last one of Chapter 4, Area 1. So now we'll be moving on to Chapter 4, Area 2. And I will say at the end of this, there will be a boss fight with the giant bat monster from the Chapter 2 area again, and if you beat him, you will get a green gem, which is something you'll have to eventually get at some point. However, your first time through, don't worry about doing it. Just run through the area and get out, because he'll be at the very end. You can like place some landmines down and repeat the process like before, but I highly just recommend getting out and getting to the next chapter or area. So yeah. Alright, so the one and only BSAA emblem is going to be in the third area of the puzzle room with the light beams. This will be after the big area that you're in, where you have to get the 3 emblems. You'll come into this side room, get rid of these spiders. Then what you'll do is you'll... Really? Okay. So in here you will turn around and look up. And that will be the one and only...
Come on!
BSAA emblem for Chapter 4, Area 2. So now we're going to be fully done with this chapter and going to be moving on to Chapter 5. But as always, this has been Mr. Pilgrim. I do hope that these guides are somewhat helpful, informative, or at least a guide in some way, shape, or form. Now, I will be going over a specific couple of things in the next chapter, and you'll probably be using at least 2 of those free RPGs that I highly recommend at least having 4 or 5 of. So if you have to, you can always finish this chapter, then go back to redo Chapter 3-1, and yeah. So as always, this has been Mr. Pilgrim, and I will see you all in the next one.